Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has sent the entire American left into a tizzy, a now days-long national meltdown. How did he do it? He approached 50 of the 2 million illegal aliens per year that Democrats invite into this country. He gave 50 of them, 50, airplane tickets to Martha's Vineyard.
The fact that Fox News and not the Department of Homeland Security, the city or local NGOs were alerted about a plan to leave migrants, including children, on the side of a busy DC street makes clear that this is just a cruel, premeditated political stunt. This is what they are doing. And a couple more things. The migrants, including children, who arrived in Martha's Vineyard were misled about where they were being taken and what would be provided when they arrived is also deeply alarming. The children Governor Abbott abandoned in Martha's Vineyard, the children that Governor DeSantis abandoned as well, deserve better. They deserve better than being left on the streets of DC or being left in Martha's Vineyard. They deserve a lot better than that.
Yeah, these people deserve better than to be left on the streets of Washington, D.C. or Martha's Vineyard. They deserve to be left on the streets of El Paso, right? Isn't that so much better? She also keeps saying it's the children, it's the children. It's adults. It's adult people who have come to America, flocking. It's true, some children come to America too. Democrats have invited millions and millions of people per year. And it's good, right? It's good to leave them there, right there on the border. It's just bad to leave them in Martha's Vineyard. I don't mean to disparage El Paso. I like Texas as much as the next guy. But I don't see very many prominent Democrats, wealthy liberal elites buying property on the border. Do you? I don't see many wealthy liberals vacationing in El Paso or Del Rio. I see them all flocking to Martha's Vineyard, which they boast is a sanctuary for illegal aliens. So great. That's a win-win, right? The illegal aliens come in, and Texas says to Florida, Arizona, they say, we're not a sanctuary. So, okay, send them up to some of the most desirable property in the world, which says it is a sanctuary. Great, right? Apparently not. The liberal journalist Soledad O'Brien summed up the opposition. Basically, human trafficking, she tweeted, cheered on by people who call themselves Christians. It's disgusting. But if Republicans bringing 50 illegal aliens to Martha's Vineyard constitutes human trafficking, what do you call it when Democrats bring 2 million illegal aliens per year into border states? And then, by the way, what do you call it when Democrats do exactly the same thing that DeSantis did, except in regular, consistent, much larger numbers? We got the headlines right here. If the problem is that DeSantis is flying illegal aliens around the country, just 50 of them, what about this headline? Biden sent 70 secret night flights of migrants from border to Florida. That's from the Washington Examiner. What about this headline? Biden administration resumes migrant flights to suburban New York, report. Now, that's in Fox News. Okay, you might say, well, the Examiner's not right-wing, but, okay, Fox News, that's a sort of vaguely right-wing website. What about NBC News? I got NBC News right here. Biden administration again flying migrants who cross border in one place to another before expelling them. Okay, what about this NBC headline? Amid border surge, Biden administration plans to send migrants to cities deeper inside U.S., starting with L.A., say internal documents. Now, why is it that when Republicans do at a very, very small, minuscule level, exactly the same thing Democrats have done at a huge level, that's human trafficking? In a way, I guess it is human trafficking. In a way, Democrats, for coming up on 60 years now, have trafficked tens of millions of illegal aliens into America, exposing them, by the way, to all manner of horrific violence on the journey and violating America's most basic laws in the process. Then, when Democrats feel like they've got enough illegals in border states, they fly the migrants to other parts of the country where they think that they'll be more politically useful. And then, all the while, it's lauded as virtuous and compassionate and as American as apple pie. And then, the moment Republicans send even a few dozen of those very same migrants to the neighborhoods of wealthy Democrats, all of a sudden it's a crime against humanity. Beach season is over. There are now lots of multi-million-dollar mansions owned by open borders Democrats all over Martha's Vineyard. There are ample, opulent accommodations just waiting to be occupied by people to whom the owners of those homes promised sanctuary back when they thought it was impossible that the migrants would actually show up for it. I, for one, say it's time to open up the doors of those wealthy Democrats' homes to all that diversity and strength. Show those selfish border state Republicans what true compassion looks like. And Governor DeSantis, keep sending those lucky illegal aliens up to the vineyard for a luxury vacation the Democrats will never forget. Right now, go to puretalk.com, enter promo code Knowles Podcast. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. These guys take way too much of your money every month for way more data than you will ever need, which is really, really concerning, especially given the current state of the economy. No matter what the libs tell you, we are in a recession right now. It is time to hunker down and start saving money wherever we can. One of the ways you can do that is by looking at your current cell phone bill and realizing that you are paying for way more data than you need. If that is the case, and I'm almost certain it is, then you should talk to my friends over at Pure Talk. Pure Talk gives you myriad choices so that you can choose the data plan that is right for you, whether that is 2 gigs per month or an unlimited plan with a mobile hotspot. By switching to Pure Talk, the average family of 4 is saving over $75 every month. Customers are realizing that they simply do not need as much data as they thought. Plus, Pure Talk makes it easy to find the right plan for you and your family. They're a veteran-owned company with a customer service team based right here in the U.S. They make the switch from your current provider super easy. It takes 10 minutes. Do it right now. Join the hundreds of thousands who are making the switch to Pure Talk today. This month, when you switch to Pure Talk, you get 1 month free. I have loved Pure Talk for years now. They have never made an offer this big. Go to puretalk.com, choose your plan, enter code Knowles Podcast for this special offer. puretalk.com, switch to my cell phone company, enter code Knowles Podcast, get your 1 month free. Not in my backyard. That is the Democrats' immigration policy. Oh yeah, open up that border as long as it's down in El Paso, as long as it's down in Del Rio, as long as they're going to Florida, as long as the Biden administration can fly the migrants to wherever they're politically useful. Maybe they'll end up in some blue cities, only some small number of them. All right, we'll tolerate that, I guess. But they sure as hell ain't coming to Martha's Vineyard. Oh no. 50 migrants? 50? Oh my gosh, think of the property values though. Oh, could you imagine? And then there might be a line, at the local brunch spot. No. We need to build a big, beautiful wall around Martha's Vineyard and keep those migrants out. We just have to send them to border states. The head of the Winter Homes Shelter, Lisa Belcastro, she's coordinator there, she just came out and summed up, I think, the opinion of Martha's Vineyard.
What are the most difficult challenges right now?
The difficult challenges are we have, at some point in time, they have to move from here to somewhere else, right? We don't have the services to take care of 50 immigrants, and we certainly don't have housing. We're in a housing crisis as we are on this island, and so we can't house everyone here that lives here and works here. We don't have housing for 50 more people.
That's tough. Sounds like you're going to have to build some more housing. Sounds like you don't have the services set up for, well, I guess you better get them, huh? I mean, the federal government spends untold amounts of money, not only to service illegal immigration, but to actually encourage illegal immigration. So better send some of that money to Martha's Vineyard. 50 people, 50. It's nothing. That's so few people. That's not a drop of an iota of a fraction of even a slight percentage point of the illegal immigration that border states get. So you better figure it out, guys. Oh, we just don't have room. What are you talking about? Martha's Vineyard is empty right now. People leave Martha's Vineyard after Labor Day. Consider the homes that are completely empty right now. I bet you any home, almost any home on Martha's Vineyard that is empty right now, that is owned by some wealthy liberal elite, could house all of the migrants that Ron DeSantis sent up there. They just won't do it because they would much rather have red state voters, they would much rather have Republicans in Texas deal with the consequences of illegal immigration than in any way even slightly crack open the doors to their gazillion-dollar mansions. Barack Obama alone could house every single migrant that has been sent to Martha's Vineyard. Barack Obama has a $12 million mansion on Martha's Vineyard. It's almost 7,000 square feet. It's got 7 bedrooms, but even that, okay, so 7 bedrooms, that alone could probably almost house all of the illegal immigrants, to say nothing of the living rooms and the sitting rooms but Barack Obama's got 30 acres. This guy has so much land. He's got a separate barn. You could put up a temporary shelter there. You got 30 acres. You could put up many temporary shelters. Every migrant could get his own temporary mansion. And he should do it, by the way. If Barack Obama wanted a real political masterstroke here, he would open up his home. He's got the best security in the world. He doesn't need to worry about that. He's not even there. He could open up his home, allow the 50 migrants in. He would look like an absolute hero. It would be such a masterstroke. But he won't do it. None of these people will do it because they don't want the dirty, filthy, hoi polloi migrants in their homes. They don't want them in their backyard. They'll talk a really, really good game when the migrants are over 1,000 miles away down on the border. But they don't want these people. The only time that the wealthy Democrats of Martha's Vineyard are going to allow any Latin Americans anywhere near them is when they're mowing their lawns. That's what it's all about. And they'll talk a really, really good game, but ultimately they don't care one little whit about these people. They certainly don't care about the millions of them coming each year. They can't even tolerate being near. They can't even tolerate 50 of them being near their property, much less themselves or their families. And so DeSantis exposes that and gives these migrants a nice trip to one of the most desirable locations in the world. Great. Keep it up. Keep those plane loads coming, baby. I'm so glad you liked that clip. Now, I need you to ring that bell. Please subscribe, get the notifications. We'll see you next time.